They say you can run, but you can't hide, especially when these bad boys are on your tail. We're talking about some of the most powerful chase boats used by coast guards and navies around the world to track down smugglers, pirates, and anyone dumb enough to think they can outpace or outgun the law on water. Some are all engine, some are all guns, all are downright terrifying if you're up to no good. Before we dive in, if you love fast boats, crazy missions, and watching the bad guys lose, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell. And remember to stick around, because you haven't seen power until you've seen a particular Italian water stallion later in the video. Forget everything you thought you knew about African naval tech. Ethiopia's Axom Chaser 980 is here to prove that speed and innovation aren't exclusive to the US or Europe. This sharp, aggressive 10-meter boat was designed for one thing: catching smugglers fast. Equipped with twin Mercury Sea Pro 300 HP outboards, it punches through rivers and coastal chop at speeds pushing 50 knots, 58 miles per hour, which on water feels like you're strapped to a torpedo with handlebars. The hull is lightweight but ultra-rugged, built from marine-grade aluminium with a deep V profile that gives it insane agility in tight corners and shallow waters. Oh, and the cockpit. Fully enclosed with ballistic-resistant glass, thermal cameras, and enough electronic gear to make James Bond jealous. These boats aren't just fast, they're homegrown, built by Axom Marine in Ethiopia. And in an industry dominated by Western manufacturers, that's a power move worth respecting. If you're thinking of smuggling anything through Ethiopian waters, you better hope the Chaser 980 isn't clocked in that day. The next one was built in the bayous of Louisiana and sold around the globe. The Metal Shark 40 Defiant is exactly what it sounds like, a floating middle finger to maritime criminals. At 12 meters long and decked out with twin inboard diesel engines paired to Hamilton Jet water jets, this Interceptor hits 45 to 50 knots depending on its configuration. That may not sound like a drag race, but for a fully armored patrol boat with a full crew and boarding gear, it's like watching a military Humvee outpace a Ferrari. The design features a fully enclosed, climate-controlled wheelhouse with ballistic protection, shock mitigation seating for up to 6 crew, and a spacious aft deck designed for boarding ops. Add to that multiple weapon mounts, up to and including 50 caliber machine guns and M240s, and you've got a boat that's just as comfortable launching a search and rescue mission as it is lighting up a drug runner's outboard motor. Used by the US Navy, US Coast Guard, Colombia, the Dominican Republic, and even Vietnam, the Metal Shark has been deployed for everything from narco chases to counter-terrorism. Why is it called Defiant? Because when criminals run, this boat takes it personally. If Batman had a chase boat, it'd look suspiciously like the Damen Interceptor 1102. Sleek, blacked out, and dangerously fast, this 12-meter predator was crafted in the Netherlands for one job only: to catch whatever dares to flee. Powered by twin Volvo Penta D6 engines, each putting out up to 400 horsepower, and paired with advanced surface drives, this thing rockets across the waves at an eye-watering 60-plus knots, nearly 70 miles per hour. To put that into perspective, that's fast enough to make jet skis jealous, and fast enough to leave smugglers sobbing into their life vests. The hull is made from high-performance composite materials, featuring a deep V-shape for wave-cutting stability, and it's fully enclosed with ballistic panels. The control systems are top-tier: radar, FLIR, night vision, encrypted comms, you name it. And the best part? This boat runs quiet. No roaring engine noise from a mile away, just a deep hum and the uncomfortable realization that you're being hunted in style. We'll take a breath here to check in on our viewers and hope you're ready for all the power to come. If you're revving for more power, please hit that subscribe button and even drop the video a like. The Italians don't just make sports cars and espresso, but they also build waterborne demons like the FB Design 43-foot Stealth. Powered by triple Mercury Verado 400 horsepower outboards, this 13-meter craft hits a blistering 70 knots, over 80 miles per hour. If you've never gone 80 on water, let's just say your cheeks will flap like a parachute and your spine will ask for hazard pay. The design is everything you'd expect from Italy. Sleek lines, stealthy low profile, and enough shock-absorbing tech to let operators hit waves at full speed without bouncing into next week. The pilot cabin is armored and features a wraparound windscreen, ergonomic controls, and nav systems worthy of a fighter jet. Used by Italy's Guardia di Finanza, a special police force focused on financial crime, drug trafficking, and tax evasion, this boat operates mostly in the Adriatic and Tyrrhenian seas. Moral of the story: if you're running from this boat, pack a white flag. You'll need it. If the ocean had a police precinct, the Safeboats 41 Interceptor would be its squad car, except it's built like a tank, goes faster than your average speedboat, and comes armed to the teeth. It's the kind of boat that doesn't knock. It rams the door open and asks questions later. Stretching out to 41 feet, 12.5 meters, and built from marine-grade aluminium, this beast is powered by quad Mercury Verado outboards, with each engine delivering up to 400 horsepower. That gives it a top speed of over 50 knots, and yes, that's with a full tactical team on board. Let's talk design. It's got shock mitigating seating to keep the crew from bouncing into oblivion at full throttle. You also get an integrated command console, FLIR thermal imaging, radar, GPS, and a deck wide enough to carry a boarding party and a few regretful smugglers. Used by the US Navy, US Coast Guard, Mexican Marines, and even Colombia's anti-drug forces, the 41 Interceptor has a track record of real-world smackdowns. This boat doesn't just chase criminals, it haunts their dreams. And the best part? Safeboats are built in Bremerton, Washington, proving once again that the Pacific Northwest isn't just about flannel shirts and coffee, it's also about building sea-hunting monsters. Precision, power, punctuality. Germany's Lerson FPB41 brings all the Teutonic trademarks to the chase boat game, and throws in 2 roaring MTU diesels just for fun. This fast patrol boat cruises at a dependable 40+ knots, but its true superpower is endurance and versatility. It's built not just to catch you, but to outlast you. It's like the Terminator of the sea. Might not be flashy, but it will get you in the end. The Lerson 41 is designed with a deep V aluminium hull, bulletproof cockpit, FLIR surveillance, and mounts for M250 caliber or remote weapon stations. It's the kind of boat that quietly cruises up beside you, and suddenly you realize, oh no, I'm done. Used by the Saudi Navy, Qatar, and the UAE Coast Guard, this boat has been in some high-stakes busts. The boat's also reportedly used in anti-piracy and oil rig security, because when pirates see a Lerson coming, they remember they have other plans. Smaller than the 41 Interceptor, but no less punchy, the Safe 33 Archangel is the waterborne equivalent of a Navy SEAL in a wetsuit. Compact, fast, and extremely good at ruining criminal plans. This 10-meter speed demon is fitted with twin 350 horsepower Mercury Verados, giving it a top speed of 55+ knots and acceleration that'll make your coffee fly out of its cup holder. The cabin has armored plating, wraparound windows for full visibility, and space for a boarding team and gear. What makes the Archangel really shine? Agility. It can zigzag through tight harbors, swallow rivers, and narrow smuggler alleys where bigger patrol boats just can't go. US Customs and Border Protection regularly use these boats for interdictions in urban waterways and busy ports like Miami, San Diego, and New Orleans. One report tells of an Archangel responding to a nighttime alarm near a marina. When they arrived, they spotted a modified jet ski hauling a duffel bag of, you guessed it, contraband. The Archangel crew gave chase and in under 6 minutes had the jet ski blocked and the rider cuffed. Turns out it was part of a smuggling ring using lookout swimmers on paddleboards. Seriously, you can't make this stuff up. Don't let the inflatable tubes fool you, because this Royal Navy RIB will ruin your whole smuggling operation with extreme politeness. The Pacific 24 is just under 8 meters long, but it's built for action. With a single diesel engine paired to a water jet or stern drive system, it can hit 38 knots and turn on a dime. But the real kicker? It can be launched from larger naval ships at sea, making it a kind of aquatic SWAT team in a box. Its simple design makes it easy to repair, easy to operate, and surprisingly hard to outrun in coastal areas. The reinforced inflatable pontoons offer stability in rough conditions, and they're seating for up to 6 operators armed to the teeth. Used by over 30 navies worldwide, the Pacific 24 plays a key role in anti-piracy operations, port security, and boarding parties. The pirates? Let's just say they don't expect a banana boat with British accents to end their week. Alright, time for something a little robotic. Let's take a look at the Raphael Protector USV, unmanned surface vehicle that looks like something out of a futuristic cop show. No crew, no coffee breaks, no fear, just pure unrelenting patrol power. This 11-meter remote-controlled speed demon reaches over 40 knots, packs advanced radar and sonar, and can be armed with a remote-controlled Typhoon machine gun. It's got AI-powered tracking, GPS waypoint nav, and is operated entirely from land or a nearby mothership. The Israeli Navy uses it for high-risk coastal patrols, port defense, and escort duties. What makes the Protector terrifying is its patience. It can patrol for hours, strike with zero warning, and never complains about overtime. The Torum fast patrol boat is Turkey's answer to, hey, what if we made a really big chase boat that still goes really fast? Behemoth is powered by twin MTU 12V diesels, each cranking out over 1,800 horsepower, allowing it to cruise at 40 to 45 knots. That's incredible for a boat this big, and it doesn't stop there. Torum loads it up with radar, EOIR systems, satellite comms, and even a drone launching platform. Its design focuses on endurance patrol, rapid deployment, and threat interdiction across Turkey's Aegean coast and Mediterranean waters. It also features a helmsman's dream, 360-degree visibility from the armored bridge, which is positioned slightly forward like a fighter jet's cockpit. Turkey's Coast Guard and Navy are now expanding the fleet, integrating more Torums for use in international waters. It's big, it's fast, and it's ready to ruin your business plan. Alright, that's 10 down, and they're not just fast, they're savage. These aren't your grandpa's fishing boats. These are engineered to outsmart, outrun, and overpower the toughest threats at sea. If you're still here, you're officially part of the crew. Hit that like button, drop a comment with your favorite boat so far, and buckle up, we've got 10 more vessels coming, including the fastest civilian repurposed boat and a literal hovercraft that eats through mangroves for breakfast. Alright, time to float above the competition. Literally. Let's take a look at the Griffin Hoverwork 2400 TD. The hovercraft that said, "Waves? Never heard of them." This sci-fi looking beast isn't confined to water. It glides over mud, sand, marshes, swamps, ice, and shallow rivers like it's walking on air. It uses a diesel-powered fan system to build an air cushion beneath the hull, allowing it to reach speeds of 40+ knots on virtually any surface. At 14 meters long with a payload of over 2 tons, this hovercraft carries troops, gear, or, if you're feeling bold, a full interdiction squad armed and ready. And despite its odd looks, it's tougher than it seems. Reinforced skirts, ballistic cabin options, GPS nav, and 360-degree visibility from the pilot dome. The UK Border Force has deployed these hovercrafts along the English Channel to intercept smugglers using remote beaches and tidal flats. You don't outrun this thing. You don't outmaneuver it. You just float away in shame. From the land of bullfights and bold coastlines comes the Rodman 55 Patrol, a boat that screams, "I see your speedboat, and I raise you some serious horsepower." This 17-meter patrol vessel is built tough, with twin MAN diesels cranking out 1,000 horsepower each, delivering speeds over 45 knots even in choppy Mediterranean waters. The hull is designed with a deep V profile, giving it incredible wave-cutting ability and excellent stability for high-speed pursuits. Inside, you've got space for a 10-man crew, shock-absorbing seating, long-range fuel tanks, and enough nav gear to rival a small yacht. It's not luxury, it's law enforcement, armor-plated in fiberglass. The Spanish Guardia Civil regularly uses Rodman 55s to patrol the Strait of Gibraltar, a drug-trafficking hot zone between North Africa and Europe. When Spain needs to flex on the high seas, they bring the Rodman 55. Now we're diving into Black Ops territory. The Swift Ship's 35-foot SOC is the boat you send in when you don't want people to know you sent a boat. At just over 10 meters, it's compact, light, and ridiculously maneuverable, thanks to twin diesel engines mated to Hamilton jet water jets. It clocks in at a top speed of over 50 knots, and thanks to a low silhouette and radar-reducing design, it's a ghost on the water. This craft isn't made for show, it's made for results. There's no shiny chrome or padded lounges, just reinforced aluminium, night vision optics, tactical comms, and space for a 6-person Special Forces team with full kit. Used by US Navy SEALs, Coast Guard MSRTs, and foreign elite units, the 35 SOC often launches from larger ships or forward bases, running covert surveillance, night boardings, and snatch and grab ops. This isn't a chase boat, it's a waterborne ninja. Want to see German engineering meet Latin American heat? Enter the Fasma Coastal Patrol Boat, a powerhouse of versatility, strength, and a whole lot of horsepower. At just under 20 meters, runs on twin MTU 12V diesels, delivering over 2,000 horsepower combined and a top speed of up to 42 knots. It features a stabilized hull designed for open sea operations and the kind of rough water that would make smaller boats cry for mummy. The bridge is fully enclosed with armored glass and digital navigation systems, including radar, sonar, night vision, and a communication suite straight out of a war movie. The rear deck includes weapon mounts, boarding gear storage, and even a small RIB launcher for close-range ops. These vessels have been deployed across Colombia, Peru, and Panama, where they're used to chase down high-speed narco subs, cartel go-fast boats, and even illegal fishing trawlers. When you need range, speed, and intimidation, the PB is the answer. Now let's talk civilian overkill. The Nortech 450 Sport wasn't designed for law enforcement, but the cartels loved it so much, the feds started using it too, after seizing it. This luxury performance boat is 13.7 meters, 45 feet of pure flex, typically outfitted with quad or even quint Mercury Racing 450R outboards. That's up to 2,250 horsepower, pushing this sleek missile past 80 knots, 92 plus miles per hour. On water, that's not speed, it's teleportation. Originally sold as a high-end pleasure boat, think luxury seating, custom lighting, champagne holders, these vessels got picked up by smugglers for one simple reason: they're faster than most law enforcement boats. That was until those boats got confiscated and flipped to fight back. In a legendary op off Florida's coast, DEA agents used a seized Nortech 450 to pursue a cartel runner loaded with cash and pills. The suspect was flying at 70 knots and thought he had it in the bag, until he realized he was being tailed by his own former ride. The Nortech didn't just catch up, it closed the distance in record time. The agents didn't even have to shout, they just waved politely as they pulled alongside at 80 miles per hour. That's the maritime version of poetic justice, and the most Florida story ever. If Gucci made warships, they'd probably subcontract Leonardo. The Leonardo Interceptor 43 is the perfect marriage of Italian design and military-grade muscle. This 13-meter, 43-foot boat is sleek, stealthy, and seriously armed. Its stealthy profile reduces radar signature, and the enclosed shock-absorbing cockpit can house a full tactical team armed and ready. And did we mention it's made by Leonardo, the same defense giants that builds helicopters, missiles, and avionics? Yeah, they didn't mess around here. Used by the Italian Guardia di Finanza, these boats are part of Italy's frontline defense against drug and human trafficking across the Mediterranean. You know a boat's tough when it's built by a company that also builds fighter jets. You want firepower, you got firepower. The Shaldog Mark II is like a floating assault helicopter, minus the rotor blades. At 25 meters, 82 feet, this Israeli-built patrol boat is one of the largest in our lineup, and it earns the space. Powered by twin MTU-12V engines, it screams across the sea at 45 to 50 knots, all while carrying an autonomous Typhoon weapon station, radar jammers, and a tactical crew ready to rumble. Its deep V-hull handles waves like a dream, and the bridge is armored to resist small arms and shrapnel. Everything about the Shaldag is designed for rapid response under fire. The Israeli Navy, as well as navies in the Philippines, Sri Lanka, and Nigeria, use it for coastal defense, arms smuggling busts, and anti-terror operations. Bottom line, if you're smuggling weapons near Israel, the Shaldag isn't knocking on your door. It's kicking it in with a turret. Fast, tough, and built in Africa for African missions, the Defender 1100 from DGS Maritime is a true wildcard in the global chase boat game. Measuring 11 meters, this high-speed RIB, rigid inflatable boat is powered by twin Yamaha or Mercury outboards, pushing it past 50 knots on open water. But where it really shines is its maneuverability. This thing turns tighter than a cornered cheetah. It's designed with a deep V-hull for rough water, shock-mitigating seating for 6 to 8 crew, optional armor plating, and modular weapon mounts. Its compact profile and extreme speed make it ideal for rivers, harbors, and tight coastal operations. Used across South Africa, Mozambique, Ghana, and Angola, these boats are frequently deployed by coast guards and private maritime security contractors. They do it with 0 shots fired. Just good driving and great instincts. This boat doesn't need intimidation. It's fast enough to end the race before it starts. When your average chase boat just doesn't cut it and you need something big, fast, and terrifying, you call in the Oceancraft Marine Interceptor. This isn't just a patrol boat, it's a waterborne thunderclap. But once you see it move, you'll understand why it made the list. Powered by quad Mercury Racing 450 outboards or twin inboard diesel jets, this beast can scream across the water at up to 65 knots, 75 miles per hour. That's faster than some jet skis, while hauling a full tactical crew and enough gear to start a small war. It's built with a deep V-hull, heavy-duty rigid inflatable collar, and advanced shock-mitigating seats for up to 18 personnel. The deck layout is fully modular. Want a remote weapon station, drone launcher, or riot control gear? No problem. Need long-range radar, satellite comms, and a forward thermal camera turret? Done. Used by elite maritime units in the UAE, Kuwait, and select US agencies, this boat specializes in high-speed interdiction, special ops deployment, and anti-piracy takedowns. This is the final boss of chase boats. If it's coming for you, you've already lost. From the land of samba, surf, and spicy chases, Brazil's In-42 patrol boat brings the heat, literally. At 13 meters in length and packing twin Caterpillar C9 diesel engines, this sleek interceptor hits top speeds of 50 knots with ease. The combo of Arneson surface drives and an aggressively flared hull lets it fly over open water and cruise through shallow, swampy zones, perfect for Amazon River busts and coastal high-speed chases. This boat's not just fast, it's stylish too. Its narrow beam and low radar profile make it stealthy enough to sneak up on smugglers, while the modular deck layout allows for machine gun mounts, extra seating, or tactical gear depending on the mission. The helm station is loaded with tactical-grade nav systems, thermal optics, and encrypted comms, because no one likes a smuggler who listens in. Brazil's federal police and navy use the In-42 to run interdiction ops in the Atlantic and Amazon basin. In Brazil, the bad guys might have fast boats, but the good guys have intermarine. There it is, the second wave of 10 insane chase boats from around the world. From the Amazon River to Arctic waters, hovercrafts to stealthcraft, we've seen the sharpest, fastest, and most creative ways authorities stop criminals in their tracks. Some use firepower, others use stealth, a few use pure shock value. But all of them have one job: hunt, intercept, and dominate. Which of these boats would you want to captain? Would you pick the silent swift ship's ninja boat, or ride high and hover in the Griffin? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like this video if you've ever wanted to outdrive a cartel boat at 70 knots. Subscribe for more insane military tech breakdowns, maritime madness, and the kinds of stories smugglers hope you never hear. Until then, stay fast, stay sharp, and keep the engines hot.